Welcome to the QuestCast, where the quest gets cast and the cast is on a quest. Let's meet the cast. My name is Adrian Hurst, and I'm the Dungeon Master.
What's up? I'm Payton. I eat ice cream right now. I'm the hunter dude.
And I'm Tyler. I don't know who I am yet because I forgot the characters we're playing as.
Well, speaking of characters and stuff, this is actually our first episode as a podcast. First episode is anything actually. Now the characters. Remember, I asked you guys what your favorite character and least favorite character was. About a week.
Yes.
Not a week ago. It was way longer than a week ago.
It was like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, right?
That was a minute.
About a week ago.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So starting with Tyler.
So I need to roll now.
No. Speaking of the rolling, how we're gonna do this whenever we actually get to the gameplay, which will be probably next episode.
I'm okay with
at
that.
the very beginning, you'll roll like a d20. On an 11 through a 20, you're gonna get your favorite character, and on a 10 or below, you're gonna get your least favorite character.
Man, this sucks. Okay,
Right?
all right.
So,
You
Tyler,
can still be a barbarian and use a bow. You just won't get like the cool shit.
Okay, that's okay.
yeah. So getting to that, Tyler, you said your favorite was a cleric.
Well, yeah, clerics are paladins.
Clerics or
Like,
paladins. I chose a cleric. I didn't want to make 4 different characters for everybody.
It's true.
Yeah.
It just seemed, yeah. And your least favorite is a rogue.
Yeah,
Now-
I think they just seem boring.
You think they're boring?
Yeah, I think they would be like boring because like all the cliches of like all the like.
Yeah.
I'm brooding. My parents died. I grew up on the streets.
Bro, that's literally just fucking Batman. You'd be Batman. That's so cool.
I could be
bro.
Batman, but like there's like characters. The character I came up in the head when Adrian told me he made a character that he said he's gonna make a Minotaur that's a rogue. So I kind of like got this persona kind of going for him, right? Where like he's like I was thinking in my mind like he's like a noble, okay, and so like he's gonna like act one way in a certain room, and then when you get alone with him, he's gonna like fucking gore you or some shit,
Ooh.
like kind of shit like that.
Well,
I like that concept.
getting
But,
into
like
that,
I might not get to play like that,
like-
but
I don't care how you guys play the characters. The one thing that the reason I made the characters and I'm not having you guys make characters is the way I start the campaign. You're basically grown in a test tube.
Okay.
and
So
we're basically like basically the whole campaign set in kind of like this Wolfenstein-esque dungeon. Is that what I
That'd be fucking
understand?
sick.
That
Kind
would
of.
be sick. I like
Um,
that concept when I started thinking about it.
now, the thing is, like, you were created by like an evil scientist, and you're in this tube, and that's how we start. Like, you don't like right there is the first time you're ever awake.
Oh, so we're awake in the tube. Okay, so we have to. All right.
Right, first time
Ooh.
you're ever awake, you wake up in the tube.
Hmm.
Now, Payton, you said that your favorite was a ranger.
Yep.
Thank you for that. I like rangers; they're cool. Your least favorite was anything tanky, so I chose a barbarian. So
Yep.
somewhere between tank and like DPS, so it was still really useful.
Barbarians are they're really overpowered too. It's all fun
Now-
and games until some big fuck off dude is throwing hand axes at you from a mile away.
Yeah.
Throwing hand axe.
So, Peyton, why don't you like tanky characters?
I don't know. It just feels like easy mode. I kind of like a challenge. I'm a bit of a
Easy
masochist.
mode.
Easy mode, yeah, bro. Like I just take the fucking damage. Oh my bad. My freaking heck.
Well,
So you don't like them because you just take the damage and you're good?
Well, yeah, that and like I kind of like I like to keep a distance, like from afar.
Okay.
And you like snipers and kind of like being backline, kind of like.
Yeah. Yep.
Now,
Okay.
because I
Okay.
have this
You might
idea,
like some caster classes.
because I have this idea of you guys were grown as like by an evil scientist as an experiment. Some people I feel like are gonna get mad at my cleric, the cleric I made for you, Tyler. He's made in a controlled environment. He got his powers just by them kind of saying, "Oh yeah, you're gonna have these types of powers," not through like a deity. So like people that are gonna
Like we talked about this before, and like basically what I'm gonna be is like a hexblade warlock with cleric spells.
I guess, but like I guess yeah. So Payton, your character is kind of weird. If you get the barbarian, you're gonna be kind of weird as well.
Okay, I'm cool with being weird. That's what they called me in high school.
Just a weird.
Hey, weird. That it was. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with either or.
Okay, you're gonna be like the barbarian is a turtle.
So you basically gonna be like a ninja turtle, bro, but without being a ninja.
you're you're the teenage barbarian turtles.
Heck yeah, sounds amazing.
Be swing instead of swinging a bow staff, you're swinging a great axe.
And you're lopping people's
Cutting
heads
people
off.
in half.
That's what I'm talking about.
Heck yeah.
Talk about.
Okay. But the reason I bring that up is like turtles can't wear armor.
Okay,
And
I mean that makes
barbarians
sense because
get
they're like
bonuses.
massive.
Yeah, they also, because they have like that natural shell on them. They can't put on like chest plates and stuff like that anyway.
Yeah.
And
Now, if I were to make a homebrew thing that is turtle armor, it could add some to your AC, but will I do that? Maybe. You can still use a shield though, if I'm correct.
barbarians get bonuses for not wearing any armor anyway. So like his natural AC is going to be like probably 16 plus. If it
Turtle's
goes
natural
right.
AC is 17.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he gets bonuses for having no armor as a barbarian. So it's going to get up there in later levels.
Yeah. So Tyler, why exactly is cleric your favorite? Or
Well,
paladin?
Paladin's my favorite because like I just like to be a mixture of the kind of like support tank role, like
Mhm.
being that frontline character who doesn't need to be babysitted by like the heal bot cleric, I can just sit back and dish out blows and heal myself or allies if I need to,
Whoa.
and have pretty good like utility spells to increase AC for a round or heal master everything in a round, and just do a
So
lot of damage with smites.
until we begin the actual gameplay and stuff, and we actually get into you guys actually playing, you won't know your characters' names. I might send it with whatever I send you, but the reason for that is you'll find it through gameplay.
All right.
Like
Because
finding like
I mean,
names in books or something like that.
maybe not in books. Like I'm not that great at things, so I made it a little more obvious. It, but it's you also won't have any equipment, so that's going to be something to think
Yeah,
about.
starting
But
off.
I mean, it'll be pretty soon that you get it. Whenever we get to that. Do either of you have any like questions or anything? anything you guys want to put out there, or
Well,
Do I get to hold someone's
can
hand?
we like? We can hold hands, Peyton. We could hold hands.
I would love to.
But this is gonna be kind of like an off like campaign question, but uh like maybe just kind of like what would your kind of like favorite character to play as be?
oh,
Like
me?
or what would you write as your character? Like what would their backstory be? Like if you got the free roam.
So for me,
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I will like go. And Peyton will be next.
yeah, that's actually a really good question for all of us. You should answer that too whenever you get there. So
I will.
I have become kind of infatuated recently with like wild magic sorcerers. Don't know why, couldn't tell you why. They are just really interesting. And
Yeah, I
a lot
that
of my
too.
homebrew items go back to the random
To the magic,
effect
the
thing.
wild magic table.
Not even maybe not the wild magic table, but like just rolling to like for the barbarian that I made, I have something special for him every time he rages. Putting that out there. I'm gonna have to finish it out because I don't have it completely finished out yet, but it's gonna be fun. And not gonna give much spoilers, but level ups aren't gonna be anything like what you like. I'm gonna have special level ups.
Okay.
Like
And
will special conditions have to be met?
what kind of? You'll see when we get there because it's I can't explain without giving it away, and I don't want to give it away yet to you or the viewers.
Ooh, secrets.
I said viewers, listeners. Sorry.
It's fine. But you kind of got off a little off topic there about
Yeah,
the
okay,
questions.
sorry.
You're good.
Probably a wild magic sorcerer right now.
Okay. Like what would like their like what go into like race detail? Why would you pick that race too? Because I understand magic wild sorcerers because the DM gets a little bit of control of that character too because of the magic table. Oh,
Yeah. So, a race for me, man, what all kinds of races are there? Actually, I think a fire genasi would be good for mine. Kind of like coming from a community of fire genasi that live in like a volcano. They have a complete like city in the volcano, and
That's sick.
right, and he's like the only one who got like the super magic.
Ooh.
Not
So you're like the
super
chosen
magic.
one of your fire people.
Right. So, and with that, he wants to kind of like go out and just adventure. He doesn't know what gave him the magic, the magic, but I would not.
maybe he was born with it.
Yeah, he
Maybe
was
it was
born with it.
Maybe it was Maybelline.
So I wouldn't choose the one that's like the dragon thing. I would, or that's a completely different one anyway, isn't it? But I feel like it would just kind of make sense that he was born into the fire genasi tribe that lives in this volcano, and then he goes out and adventures with his magic just to adventure. I don't know if he'd want to help people. I don't know if like he just
whatever comes
like,
along.
Chaotic neutral, I guess, is what that would be.
I mean, yeah, frick yeah. May or may not be a hero.
Right. Okay, Peyton, what about you?
Okay, so all right. From a hunter dude, if that is the case, if I get the cool guy.
Well, what his question was, like
if you got to make a custom character for your like a different campaign, what would your backstory and stuff like that be?
Bro,
right, if you had free roam.
free roam. I'd be a undead cowboy, dude. Like I just roll up into town, like from like a very poor family. We're just kind of like in the outskirts. We just live off the land as you do, fellers. And then roll up into town one day, and then like there's a group of bad boys there. They like they're just raiding and just being meanie heads and blowing everybody up, shooting people, and I'm one of the victims that they get. Then I'm sent down to the underworld, and good old death and in the many forms that he can take is just a dude. He's like, hey bro, so what happened to you kind of sucks. So in order to free your soul, because like I'm sure you're an angry spirit. I'm gonna send you back up there, and you're gonna do some of my jobs for me. It's kind of like
So I feel like
Deathbringer.
what you have just described is like a warlock ranger.
Heck yeah,
Warlock
dude.
Antificer.
Yeah. I think that's fair. That sounds actually really cool.
Like kind of like all right. So if you want your soul to go like be at rest, you're gonna have to go like kill some people for me. Send them down to me, and then I'll
So you made a deal with the like god of death?
God of death. Pretty much. That sounds nifty.
That sounds dope, actually. And Tyler, if you had free reign,
I think about that all the time.
like what would your character be?
Well, wait, we got on that.
Right now, I've been thinking about doing some like artificer kind of stuff, and basically like making either some sort of battle. I forget what they're called, but they basically have metal companions that they can like control and like stuff like that, and they like tinker and they made and stuff.
Like a puppet master?
And no, well, like basically, I make it like a robot dog that'll follow me around and shit.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah,
You're
or
Mega Man.
like you can't make a mech. Well, if I was a goblin, I could make a thing I could get inside. That would be
You're
kind of
Mega Man.
Mega Man, you're
Mega Man.
Mega God.
I would not. I would not be
Mega
Mega
Goblin.
Man. I wouldn't be
God.
Mega Man.
Just call him Mega Gob.
Mega
And then
God.
either artificer or I've been getting into thinking about making. I've been writing a lot of like, ironically, like a new kind of cleric. Maybe do like a war cleric, where I am like a. It's leaning more. It's basically like a paladin without having to take an oath and shit like that, and it's pretty cool. You get a whole bunch of paladin spells basically, but you don't have. You just. It's neat. I like those characters a lot. Anything dealing with like deities giving them power, basically,
Heck
or
yeah.
or inventing like an artificer. So
Fair enough.
some warlocks, some clerics and paladins and shit.
Payton, do you have anything?
I think I'm good, bro.
Okay. Well, got anything to plug? Twitter, anything?
Buy my shirts.
What
I have
shirt?
shirts. Please buy my shirts.
Do you really?
No, I don't have shirts.
Oh,
Okay. What about your YouTube channel? Don't you have a YouTube channel?
I
he
do,
hasn't
but it's not
uploaded in, like,
active.
2
Oh,
years.
it's not
Yeah.
active.
I have
Okay.
one too, but it's not active as well at the moment.
I've been trying to get one, but I don't have the stuff to record what I want.
Understandable.
Well, soon you will
Uh,
be able to. So
Yeah, hopefully. Peyton, do you have Twitter? What's your
I
Twitter?
do have a Twitter, but I don't do anything on there. I just
Oh,
use it to
well.
like see what like my favorite voice actors are up to. I'll tell you what. Here, watch Uber Hacks Nova on Twitch. Watch him. I've been following that dude since I was like 9. He's so cool.
Actually, I kind of want to shout out the Adventure Zone
Ooh.
by the McElroy brothers. They're the ones that got me really into D&D when like I was a little bit into D&D before, but I was looking for a podcast to listen to just while I was doing stuff like driving back and forth from college or something. And honestly, the Adventure Zone, great podcast. Love it. The first like episode I listened to was I think the last arc of the amnesty arc, the amnesty campaign. Great. Love it. I went back and listened to the very first balance campaign they have all the way through. It took me forever, but I listened to it all back to back.
How long is that? Like, would that be like 5 hours plus just of listening, or like, is each session like 5 hours?
Each
Like,
session is like an hour, and there's
damn.
also not
Are there
another
any-
D&D podcast, NADPod. They're pretty good too. They've gotten me some laughs here recently. Let's go back.
Napod?
Yeah, NADDPOD.
Ooh, nice.
What's the name of that D&D podcast you told me about? Like, what?
Yeah.
How do I listen to it?
The first one,
Yeah, Adventure Zone. You said.
The Adventure Zone. Yes.
Okay,
They're
what's
really
that
good.
on? Like, How do I listen
Spotify,
to it? Okay.
anything you can get podcasts on.
Okay.
Now let's see. Yeah, no. Every single one of these is at least an hour long, and they've started back like their first episode is December 13th, December 3rd, 2014.
And then they've been going ever since.
They've been going ever since. Yes. Right now I'm listening to Graduation by
That's
them.
pretty
It's great.
Okay.
But thanks for listening, guys.
Hey, I haven't done my plugs yet.
Oh well, Tyler, do some plugs. Get a plug in.
Okay.
Go.
All right. I know it doesn't need the plug, but a Critical Role is really good because it's a whole
I've
bunch.
listened
It's just
to
a whole bunch.
a little
They're
bit.
really good because it's just a whole bunch of voice actors. They're very talented people. Matt Mercer's a talented actor and writer and DM. Also, Runesmith with Arcane Arcade on YouTube. They're really good. Runesmith is a very good. He's a nice
Yes.
guy. He does a lot of explaining on how some mechanics and some monsters and like their lore and stuff like that and what they can do. He does it with some items and classes too. He's really funny about them though. He does more jokes than anything.
Oh yeah.
And his the Arcane Arcade campaigns he runs is really, they're funny and witty, and they use a whole bunch of homebrew stuff if you ever want ideas for that.
The coolest thing I've learned watching one of his videos, I haven't watched many, but I have watched a few. If you're a half orc or a Goliath or something, and you have a pulley system, you can carry a boat up a mountain.
That's a barbarian. Yeah, it's a half orc. Yeah, half orc barbarian can pull an entire like galleon like yacht or whatever up a mountain with some pulleys if you do it right.
Yeah, and there's no reason to do it. It's just.
I mean, you might need to like take a boat up the mountain and like put it on the other side for something somehow. I don't fucking know. But you can do it with just one arm if you set it up right, he says. And I learned a lot about like writing and being a DM from Runesmith as well. And then a lot of just like how to run encounters and stuff like that from Critical Role. So I
got a
I
non
recommend
D&D
those.
related plug.
Hold on, let me think. I ain't got nothing besides I'm ready for this Overwatch League season to be over. I want to see the All-Stars.
Yeah, no.
Watch Beastars on Netflix. Don't actually
Beastars on Netflix.
Don't actually do that.
So two more plugs for me. At Drumline Dude, DRUMLINE D00D. That's my Twitter. And then if you haven't yet, and even if you don't know who KSI is, or go listen to Lighter by KSI. Summer Bop.
Summer Bop.
Yeah. All right. See you guys in the next episode.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
See you, Bubba.